Welcome back to part 2 of sailing through the Greek islands. On the morning of day 5, we grabbed breakfast from Naxos bakery, which our skipper Georgios recommended. We immediately headed to pick up our car for the day and to meet our tour guide who'd be showing us around Naxos. Our first stop were the ruins of the Temple of Demeter, which is over 2,500 years old. Afterwards, we went to a defunct olive press. We saw the basic machines used to press olives for oil and even got a bit hands-on ourselves. We also visited a Catron store on the island. Catron is a liquor that's unique to Naxos. The store was really quaint, like a little museum. To top it off, they were handing out samples near the exit. For lunch, we headed to Platonos Tavern in a nearby village. We sat outside under a large tree and enjoyed the atmosphere while having our meal. While driving to our next destination, the guide noticed some wild oregano growing along the street. I'd never actually seen fresh oregano until that day. Our last stop of the day was to see the Koros, statues that, for whatever reason, had never made it to their final destination. Now, scattered in pieces across the ground, they served as curiosities for tourists to gawk at. For dinner, we had Mexican food near the port. I woke up feeling refreshed. Yesterday's outing across the island was a welcome departure from the routine. This morning, we set sail for Ios. By this time, I was well acquainted with the blue dome churches that grace the tops of Greek hills, and they became a welcome sight. And of course, we had to climb to the viewpoint, making our way through the winding town streets. We were rewarded with a spectacular view at the top of the town, the marina, and the islands in the distance. We hiked back to town under the watchful gaze of the unbothered cats of Ios. We found a restaurant for a simple dinner and then headed back to the boat. The final day of our trip, as we were sailing for Santorini, we got stopped by the Coast Guard who checked our papers. This was a first, even for Georgios, who had sailed these waters many times before. It was a quick and friendly interaction, and soon enough we were on our way. We finally arrived at Thracia, a small island to the west of Santorini, where we moored our boat. After eating a surprisingly tasty lunch at Captain John Tavern on Thracia, we caught a water taxi to Santorini to explore the island. We hiked up the steep steps to Oia, where everybody was gathered at the top to watch the sunset. This is where our trip ended, and we said our farewells to Georgios and the other travelers. We caught the local bus to Fiera, where our hotel was located. We chose a hotel with a caldera view. The room itself was also spacious and clean. After lunch, we headed out on the hike from Fiera to Oia. Look at all these cruise ships that suddenly appeared. When it was nearing sunset, we went back to the hotel to get dinner and enjoy the view. The next morning, we went on another walk along the villages. When we got back to our hotel, we had breakfast delivered to our balcony, and we had a relaxing brunch. I had such a good time in Greece. Even though I was looking forward to going home, I would miss the charming whitewashed towns, the familiar sight of blue domed churches, and the delicious gyros. Join me in my next travel vlog where I'll be in Barcelona. See you there.